guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Peace Jones. Don't forget to like this video, to comment on this video, and to subscribe to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining me, and if you've been here, thank you so much for sticking it out with me, okay? Guys, I know I've been posting a bunch of story times, hauls, travel vlogs, but I'm back to the good old sit down talks, just the chit chats about one of my favorite topics on this channel, which is dating, okay? So let's just bring it on back into the olden days where I used to come on here and really just spit some knowledge to you guys, all right? So just want to let you guys know before I get started, this video isn't going to be like structured really. It's just gonna be like me chatting, not ranting so much, but just chatting about some things that I've noticed, some things that I've picked up on, some concerns, and just like maybe some of my opinions or words of advice, okay? So I have been watching a lot of my favorite YouTubers lately, and some of the things that they say and do when they're talking about their dating lives concern me. And then some of the YouTubers that I've been watching, some of the things that they say and do when they're dating, I totally agree with, or I can totally relate to, okay? So one of my favorite YouTubers, her name is Ohstepco, O-H-S-T-E-P-H-Co, C-O, okay? I love her content, right? And I'm gonna tell you why I love it, because she is so real, so open, so honest, and so transparent. And though a lot of people may look at her content and be like, oh, this is a drag, oh, she's so negative, oh, I feel like she's just capitalizing off of these bad experiences now, and she might just be like, you know, making up some of these things, falsifying these things, whatever. But I don't think so. I feel like she's telling the truth, and I feel like a lot of the things she says are very valid. Now, do I feel like maybe she could benefit from some intense therapy? Do I feel like maybe she still has a lot of unpacking to do, a lot of self-love and healing? Yes, but we all have some self-love, some self-love to gain, some healing to do, right? None of us are perfect. Some of us are a bit further along than others, but none of us are perfect, right? And if you are out here dating, whether it be a lot or a little, you know that a lot of times your traumas can resurface due to some of the evil, cruel things that you experience when dating, whether that be ghosting, whether that being used, whether that be I don't know, like feeling like you were really connecting with someone and then they do something really mean or petty to you, whatever it may be. Like some of those traumas from past relationships or childhood, family, friends, it's like PTSD. It can resurface and just really hurt you, right? So she talks about that a lot, right? And one of her most recent videos, she talks about like, basically, she's answering some of the questions or statements that people have left in her comments that they assume about her based on her content, right? And she talks about how a lot of the people in her comments say things like, oh, I wouldn't have done that. Oh, I wouldn't have even let him do that. Oh, he wouldn't have even gotten to that point. Oh, you don't respect yourself. Oh, right? And I feel like I want to touch on that, okay? How many times, and I can't relate to the men on this, but I'm sure it happens to them as well. But ladies, how many times ever since you were younger, I'm talking about when you first started dating in high school, did you get that advice from your friend or your teacher or your coworker where you came to them, you were being transparent, you were telling them whatever situation happened between you and your significant other, you were looking for some type of comfort but honest advice, right? And they tell you, oh no, girl, you need to leave him. Oh no, you need to have respect. Oh no, he's this. Oh, I wouldn't have done this. Oh, this wouldn't have, oh. And it's like, you let a few days go by, a few months, a few years, you realize that same person has not only allowed those things to happen in their relationships, but they've allowed much worse to happen, right? So it's almost like that judgment that people pass, what's that all about, right? Because if you know that you can't technically put yourself in that person's shoes, which means you technically can't really feel what they're going through, why is your first bit of advice negative, right? Instead of being more understanding and saying, oh, hey, you know, well, I personally think this is concerning. I think this is a red flag. I think that maybe you could have gone about this another way, but I see why you may have done that. I see why you may have accepted that. I see why you may have forgiven that, right? Because I think when you're on the journey to or for love, you tend to accept certain things that maybe you're single or like not looking for love self may have not accepted, right? If that makes sense. Now, I'm not saying you're out here just lowering your standards, you're doing whatever for love, but when you are really with someone and you're committed, or when you're dating someone and you're serious, or when you're trying to get to know someone and you're very interested, you tend to want to work with them, right? So to wrap up that topic, I think that people need to stop being so judgmental when it comes to dating and situations and things like that, because unless your friend or whoever is venting to you is in harm, I just feel like you should offer advice, but also offer understanding and not just jump to that negative feedback, okay? Because 9 times out of 10, you done something like that or accepted something like that, or even worse, right? Like, we're too old to be acting like that, okay? All right, the next thing is, who made all of these rules when dating, okay? And Stefco touches on this a bit, but this is just more so something that has been on my mind that I kind of want to talk about, okay? So I just feel like I've said this since day one when I first started like dating seriously. I'm gonna say like around college, right? And I remember people always saying, like when I had my first heartbreak and we were together for 2 years and some change, and I was just so devastated, and I was like seeking advice from people, and everyone would say, there's plenty of fish in the sea. There's plenty of fish in the sea. Oh, you know, there's plenty of men out here. Oh, you'll find someone else. Oh, da da da. And it's like, yeah, that sounds good. Matter of fact, that sounds great, right? Go explore. You're going to see all these fish and they're going to be great and blah, 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 right? But then quickly it clicked in my head, because I'm a realist. I don't like to sell myself dreams. The light bulb went off, right? And I said, well, yeah, there's plenty of fish in the sea, right? There's however many billion people on this earth. But are you going to travel this entire earth in your lifetime? Probably not. Are you going to, the average person, even make it to all 50 states in your lifetime? Maybe close. There's a possibility you will, but the average person, I don't think, visits every state in their lifetime, right? That already narrowed down that pool of fish significantly, right? Then let's say you do go travel the world, you go to different continents, different countries, you've made it to all 50 states, maybe 35, maybe 22, right? Do you meet people every time that you travel? In those 3 to 7 days that you're traveling, do you always meet someone significant enough to want to date? Are you going to entertain a long-term relationship? Are the two of you compatible? All right, pool still shrinking. Then let's just say that you don't even do that much traveling, right? You pretty much stay in your locality, the DMV, the Metro Atlanta area, down south, the East Coast, whatever it may be, right? even meeting a lot of people in your area does not necessarily bring about the best options or your perfect ideal partner, right? I think if that was the case, a lot more people wouldn't be having so much trouble dating, right? And so I just think that this idea and this saying that's been said for so long, that, you know, there's plenty of people out here, there's billions of people out here, you can meet this, and that. Let's just pull that in and be a little bit more realistic, right? I think that, yes, there's a huge possibility that you can go on vacation in Florida and meet the guy of your dreams. You guys click, you don't mind long distance, you guys move together maybe within the next 2 years, you get married, life is great, right? Same with somewhere outside of the country. Maybe you go to Africa for your 30th birthday, you meet someone, he's great, he has some type of connections to the United States, you guys hit it off, blah, 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 right? It's definitely a possibility. I'm open to it, you know, be positive, right? But be realistic too, right? And so when I say be realistic, I mean, while you're being realistic about the likelihood of those types of things happening for most people, also be realistic with yourself and don't just keep shooing away your options, right? I think a lot of people have this idea that like there's going to be this infinite amount of amazing men that they're going to meet and this infinite amount of amazing women that they're going to meet, and every single person they meet is going to be compatible with them, and every single person they meet is going to be honest and lovely and hardworking and the perfect partner and a great mother and a great father. And it's just like, you guys, think about how many people you've met in your lifetime, right? And think about how many of them were quality individuals that you would want to connect to and stay connected to for the rest of your life, right? I mean, I've literally had plenty of friendships, right? Some good, some bad, that have ended for whatever reason, right? Maybe 4 years long, maybe 10 years long, maybe 20 years long. For whatever reason, they've ended, right? Then I've also picked up people halfway through my life when I was maybe 15, or maybe when I was 13, or maybe when I was 22, and we've been connected for however long, right? So I just think that we have to look at things realistically and stop assuming that like because there's so many people in the world, that means all of them are options for us, and we don't have to appreciate the people that we do come across, or even give them the time of day, or even, you know, entertain them because we know something better is on the way. I think that's how a lot of people end up single and lonely, because they're always looking for something else, and they're assuming that after every breakup there's going to be someone else coming right around that corner. And I think that's why a lot of people are doubling back now. A lot of people are like trying to hit up their exes, or trying to work out that marriage, or, you know, hitting up people from high school, hitting up people from college years and years later, because they're starting to realize like, yeah, there's beautiful women out here, there's handsome men out here, there's great options. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that like there's just good people are so scarce that you're just gonna, you know, you need to hang on to everyone good that you find because you might not find anyone else. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is like, be realistic. I've met people that have literally turned their nose up at me for stupid things, right? And it's like, okay, sir, do you, right? But then they double back a month later, 2 weeks later. You go and check their social media and it's all full of like complaints about dating, this meme about women, this is horrible, da da da. Okay, well, when you had a good option, I'm not saying I'm perfect for everyone. I'm not saying everyone should, you know, entertain me or like I'm God's gift to earth, but I'm a great option. I'm a great candidate, right? So why throw that away because in your mind you're looking for whatever perfect person that you feel that you can just discard everyone else. And then when whatever you're looking for doesn't want you and they discard you, then it's quickly like, oh, let me run back and pick up the pieces type of thing, right? So you guys, overall, I hope you're still following me, but basically that message is stop assuming that there's like endless amounts of quality partners out here just because there's endless amounts of people out here, okay? Everyone doesn't want what you want out of a relationship. Everyone doesn't even want a relationship. A lot of people are not equally yoked with you. A lot of people have a lot of issues that you don't want to take on or deal with. A lot of people already have families they've started elsewhere, whether that be something you don't mind or whether that be something that you're not looking to tie yourself into. It's a lot. So I would say, honestly, just start giving people chances and being a lot more realistic about, you know, your dating pools. So as well, also for this topic, who made the rules, right? I think that we have come to this point where we feel like the ideal person for us has to meet this extremely stupid checklist. Like, I'm just gonna say it, right? Because, all right, let's say that on a man's checklist, the woman has to be brown skin, thick, long hair, have her own place, have no kids, like to travel, be educated, and love kids, right? Now that sounds cool, right? That's like, ooh, that's not asking for too much, right? But like, ideally, what does someone having long hair have to do with a healthy, happy, long-lasting marriage, right? Ideally, what does someone who likes to travel really have to do with that? What does someone who is even educated really have to do with that, right? And don't beat me up. Don't beat me up, because I see you guys right now like, girl, what? Like, no, I get it. My standards include some of those things, right? However, I think that like there's ways to pull away from that and still get a quality individual, right? So for example, one influencer I follow doing amazing with her life, millionaire, never went to college one day in her life, not educated by the American standard, right? Yeah, she went to high school, middle school, whatever, but not technically college educated, making millions, right? Successful, living a great life. Imagine if you are literally scaling down your potential mates talking about being educated, but this person is still intelligent. She's still self-sufficient. She's still making great money. She can still support herself and the family. You're losing out on options, right? Great options. Also, let's say this woman has everything that you wanted, but she likes to keep her hair short. She doesn't like long locks, right? You totally look past that, right? Dating apps, you swipe. In person, you look the other way. What if this woman is an amazing wife, an amazing mother, an amazing partner, but you won't even look her way because her hair is short, right? Same with men. I've literally talked to women who have denied men or won't even affiliate with men for stupid things, right? Oh, I don't like the car he drives. It's 2022. He's driving a Toyota Corolla. In 2023, he could very well be driving a Mercedes-Benz, right? His head is shaped weird, right? Does his head shape really matter as far as him being a good dad, a provider, a good husband? Oh, he's going bald early. I mean, is bald really gonna kill you? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like some of the things that we weigh so heavy, we're not thinking about long term. We're not thinking about the future. What is this person's character like? What is their personality like? Are you two compatible? We overlook that so much. I mean, there's people literally popping out babies together that aren't one bit compatible, getting married that aren't equally yoked. It's like, what are y'all doing, right? They look so good that you're literally forgetting about how are we going to maintain this relationship, right? I also think that this whole money thing, finances and salary is getting out of hand. I've seen a lot of men on these stupid little podcasts that are like, yeah, because women, if they make this much, I don't want her because she's going to be too independent, blah, 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 blah. I mean, honestly, most of the couples that I have seen that really get candid and sit down on camera, they literally say there were times where I had to pull the weight and my husband had to do whatever else to help the family. There were times where I had to work and my husband didn't have a job. There were times where I didn't work and my husband paid all the bills. There were times where my husband said, I want you to stay home with the kids and I'm going to take care of everything, right? So in relationships, you guys work with each other. There's ups and downs. There's hardships that you guys go through. Sometimes, yeah, maybe the woman is going to be the breadwinner. Sometimes maybe the man is going to be the breadwinner. Sometimes you guys may make almost an even salary, right? But when you are working towards like a real committed relationship, those stupid little things don't matter. And I'm not saying finances are stupid, but I'm saying like you equating a woman's salary to her being more independent and not wanting a man. Like, come on, you don't know that because you haven't gotten to know her. You literally like denied her because she makes $100,000 a year. Like, come on. Like, and then y'all wonder why you're single, right? Same with women. Like, I think it can be said that women mature a little bit faster. They tend to like pop off in their careers a little bit faster and just take off. Men, sometimes it takes them a little bit longer. And that's okay. As long as you're dating a man that you can see is putting time and effort into his craft, he's working hard, he's trying to get there, he will get there, right? So if you happen to make a little bit more than him at the moment, that's okay. As long as you know that he's doing what he can to get to where he can, you know, be his best, right? And guys, stop being so insecure about that, because I know it's hard because like every woman's like, yo, buy me a Birkin bag on the first day. But honestly, like, I feel like that like those types of like things that people are saying to you guys, I think it almost like discourages you from even wanting to like pursue some of the best women. You know what I mean? Like, if a woman is willing to entertain you and she likes you for you and you're worried about your salary, it's like, come on. Like, if she's really accepting you, y'all gonna work together, y'all gonna move forward, things will work themselves out. Like, a lot of people just have this like fairy tale in their head where they're like, nope, rich, beautiful woman and rich, beautiful man get together and life is great, there's never any ups and downs, like whatever. But that's not really how it goes. Like I said, I've listened to a lot of podcasts, YouTube channels, whatever, with couples that are being honest in their relationship. They're talking about their bankruptcies or the times where they were really like struggling, or when they were in one apartment with 3 kids, or when he had to work at night and she would work during the day, or whatever it may be. Like, not to say that you wish struggle on yourself or that's even like ideal or okay, but it's just like, ask your parents if they're still married some of the things that they've been through. Like, you gotta be able to pull the slack and work with your partner in order to make things work. And sometimes that means the woman taking charge for a bit, and that's okay. Trust me, a corporate lawyer can also be a very submissive, amazing wife and mother. A freaking FBI agent can also be a very submissive, loving wife and mother. Like, please get those things out of your mind. Please stop listening to Kevin Samuels and other people telling you that a woman that makes this and that amount of money can't be humble. She can't be loving. She can't be soft. That's so not true. And I feel like a lot of men are overlooking really good partners because of that. Women, some of them can't help that. You know, they've chased their dreams. They're making their money. They're living a good life. Why? Like, what do you want them to just fall back and be like, okay, let me go do this so that I can get a man and then I'm gonna have to work my way back up? No, like, come on, let's just be adults about this, right? And same with women, okay? Vice versa. All right, next. I feel like people have very short-term and temporary connections. Now, this is also with friendships. I think that it's just like something that social media has cultivated, unfortunately. But I noticed that, like, people will literally like attach themselves to you. And I kind of talked about this in my video called People Are Too Intrusive, right? People will attach themselves to you, right? Like, they'll see you on social media or whatever, and they'll obsess over you, right? They'll be like, oh my gosh, Bill Jackson. Like, oh, Bill looks like he has so much fun. Bill drives 3 foreign cars. Bill has money. Oh my gosh, Bill. Like, let me go be Bill's friend. Let me inbox Bill. Oh my gosh, Bill. Let me ask Bill all about his life. Bill, where do you live? Bill, can we go to brunch? Bill, let's go to the bar. Bill, let's go watch the game together. Where do you live? Oh, how much money do you make? Where do you work? What's your mom's name? Blah, blah, blah. And then literally they'll like fall off. It's like they'll get all this information about you. They'll tap into your life. They'll want to link up with you and collab with you and like get all this information and advice and just absorb everything out of you. And then they just like fall off, right? And like I said, that goes for friendships and that goes for dating. I have literally had a guy like reach out to me, and I'm not going to say it was weird, but we knew of each other in college and he never spoke to me, never approached me. Reached out to me, was super interested. We hung out a few times, wanted to come over way too quickly. I don't really let people come to my house. Just very like, let's go. We're getting married tomorrow type of thing. Pretty much insisted that I start coming to his house during the week. Like, just really moving fast. And I'm just like, what is your motive? You know, because we have not agreed upon being in a relationship. Quite frankly, I don't want to be in a relationship with you. Like, we haven't even got to know each other, but you like want to be in my space so bad. And so that kind of like threw me off, because I'm like, what are your real intentions, right? Like, you don't know me. You know what I mean? We haven't connected on that deeper level. So why are you so anxious to like jump all in? You know what I mean? So it was things like that. And then we ended up falling right off. So it's just like, why dive into people's lives and then just draw back, right? I've also like linked up with certain people out and about, met some people on social media, linked up with them. Very temporary. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. Link up once, never hear from them again. It's like weird. Like, I don't know what's up with people. I don't know whether they're not socially able to connect and keep those friendships and relationships going, whether they just feel like they want to learn you and they see or get whatever they want and then they're gone. I don't know what it is, but it's really, really weird, and I hate it. I hate temporary relationships. I hate when people come close to me with no real, like, true good intentions, with nothing to give as they're trying to take, and no good character traits. Like, it's just weird to me. I do not like people like coming too close to me without, I don't know, like good intentions, right? So yeah, I have found that very weird in the past few years. And like I said, in dating as well, right? Like, someone will take you out, in my case a guy will take you out, court you, spend money, take you to the finest restaurants, buy you gifts, in some cases introduce you to their family, their friends, and then just disappear, right? Or, you know, take you out on a few dates. Maybe it's 3 dates. They're amazing. You guys feel like you're connecting. And then it just falls off, right? And I think that back to Stefco, that's one thing that really triggered her PTSD was this like draw super close, and then dump you, right? And I'm not gonna lie, it takes, like, I was talking to 2 girls not too long ago, and I was telling them, like, one thing that you need to master in today's dating age is self-love and like the ability to bounce back from anything, right? Because you never know what you're gonna get. It could be going great for 5 months and then they switch up on you. Y'all could have had the best first 3 dates and then they switch up on you, right? So you really have to know yourself, love yourself, be solid, and be like, okay, this hurt, but it is what it is. If you have to take a break from dating, do that. If you feel like you can jump back out there and be healthy and not toxic to the next man, then do that. Or the next woman, then do that, right? But like I said, I think that's one thing that was really, really, really hurting Stefco is that, you know, these people will mesmerize you, wine and dine you, come into your space, allow you into their space, share close stories, share close moments, and then dump you, you know? And it's like, that can be very traumatizing to someone who has low self-esteem, who has no confidence, to an overthinker, to someone who has been in any type of manipulative or less than loving situation, whether that means you didn't have loving parents, whether that means you were abandoned by your parents, whether that means that you had a long-term relationship and the dude just up and ghosted you, whatever it means, it can really trigger something in you when someone does that. And I don't know whether people realize that and they just don't care, or whether people don't realize that, because I've had that happen to me as well, where it's like everything seemed to be going great, you know, like I said, he's spending all this money on me, he's taking me here, he's taking me there, he's showing that he must care to some extent, right? Hitting me up, you know, not being distant, good conversation, just great, and then just slowly fades away. And that could just mean that maybe he found someone else, but at the same time, like, I just feel like as a good human and an adult, you can voice those things instead of just like disappearing, because I feel like I'm a believer in karma, and I feel like if you do that to enough people, it's eventually going to be done to you, but probably much worse, right? So if anyone is watching and they tend to do this, or they've done this before, please right those wrongs. If you feel like you need to reach out to someone that you ghosted or just been not great about ending things with, just go ahead and shoot them a quick text or a phone call and let them know that you're sorry and that, you know, you realize how it could have hurt them. And if it has been done to you, I definitely encourage you to think of like certain mechanisms to like, or processes to heal from those things, because they are essentially traumas, especially if you really like the person, you know what I mean? So yes, I am not with the whole short-term, temporary F buddies, friends with benefits, like hooking up. No, 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 no. No. The hookup culture, I don't know how people do that. Like, that would leave me feeling so empty. But people like it. But anyway, last but not least, so Stefco definitely touched on this, and it was a great point. I said I have to include this, okay? So, I don't know if you guys have peeped that a lot of men and women are on this like high standard kick, right? Like, men are like, bruh, I need the baddest chick, perfect body, she's got to be in the gym 7 days a week, flawless skin. And when I say flawless, I mean not a pimple, because if you have a pimple, I'm gonna point it out, right? When I say like head to toe looks perfect 24/7. You better look good going to sleep. You better look good waking up. You better look good going to work. Shoot, you better look good running errands, okay? You gotta have everything in tip-top shape, nails done, hair slayed, like, and then on top of that, any other requirements that they have, right? And then the same with a woman, right? I need my man to be emotionally stable. I need him to be supportive. I need him to be loving. I need him to be a caretaker. I need him to be a provider. I don't want to work anymore. I need him to finance my lifestyle and give me $100K a month so that I can do this and that, right? I need my man to also cook because I'm not going to feel like cooking every day. I need him to be good with kids. I need him to have a full beard. I need him to have abs. I need him to be perfect. I need him to not cheat, to be perfectly loyal. I need him to have a master's degree. I need him to have 3 foreign cars. I need him to come from a good family. Like, what else, right? And it's like, okay, I like that. You got standards, right? But one thing that a lot of women, at least, can't speak for the men. Like I said, I date men, so I don't know what's going on with the men to women. But a lot of these women are realizing that this high standard lifestyle ain't working out, okay? And the thing is, they're finding that they're lonely, right? So when you set the bar so high that only a good 2%, 5% of men can meet that, you don't have many people that you can date. And if you don't have many people you can date, but you're trying to date and you're actively out there on the market, you're going to be lonely. Imagine you're looking for a man that is out there, that you can find, that you can marry and be happy with, but he's rare. And you're not willing to work. You're not willing to build. You want him to come just like this. Perfect. Wrapped up in a gift box, ready to go, right? It's going to take you possibly some time to find that, right? It's going to take you possibly some lonely nights, months, or years to really find your Prince Charming. So, do you really want to live that lifestyle? Especially if you're getting older? Or do you want to be more realistic with your expectations and your standards and find someone who maybe isn't Mr. Perfect, but you can get along with them? Y'all are compatible. Y'all are attracted to each other. Y'all have good times together. Hey, you're not perfect either, right? Same with the men. Look, buddy, I know there's beautiful women everywhere, but every beautiful woman isn't gonna make a good wife. Every beautiful woman doesn't want to be a wife. Every beautiful woman doesn't like kids, therefore may not make the ideal mother. Every beautiful woman doesn't have the best disposition or personality. Every beautiful woman is not for you. Every beautiful woman is not going to support you and love on you as you would like, right? So, when do you guys come to the conclusion that, hey, it's either I'm going to be out here being an FB and getting it how I live with a bunch of random women, or I'm going to be lonely because my ideal woman is maybe in high demand and maybe already taken and maybe already a mother or wife? Or you gonna say, hey, you know what? Some of these standards that I have set maybe are a little bit unrealistic and maybe they can be adjusted, and go ahead and try and find the woman that you would like, okay? So that concludes my chat for the night, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.